All right, welcome back to another day in droid life. We are hitting another episode of the rundown. Just doing very basics on these characters, going through the main stuff you're going to need through them on Zetas, gear, and mods. So we're going to go ahead and hit it today on another one of our droid buddies here, the R2D2, the infamous R2D2 here. So we'll go ahead and start where we normally start off with our Zetas. He's got two Zetas that's available for him as well for R2D2. The first one is Combat Analysis. The second one is Number Crunch. Up front for your big value there, I believe for most people you're going to be getting it with Number Crunch. There's just a lot of stuff going on in there, a lot of benefits that R2D2 is getting, and there's a lot of benefits that he shares with a lot of other factions with that Zeta in particular. So why don't we go ahead and hit that one first, since I feel like that one's going to be the one that we will really want to pay attention to here, the Number Crunch. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit that guy. Alright, so Number Crunch. At the start of the battle, R2D2 gains 10% max protection for each droid ally, 10% offense for each Galactic Republic ally, and 10% max health for each Rebel ally, and 10% potency for each Resistance ally. So that's a lot of stuff going on. He has synergy there with droids, Galactic Republic, Rebels, and Resistance. And he's getting 10% of each one of those different buffs for each one of those allies that he has. So there's lots of different things going on in there. I like to run him with an all droid team, because then if you've got 4 other droid allies, he's getting at least 40% protection. I don't know if they count himself as his own droid ally, but a very good amount of max protection there if you're running an all droid team. And then the other section of this, it has at the start of the battle and when R2D2 revives, other droid, Galactic Republic, Rebel, and Resistance allies gain 10% of R2D2's max protection, offense, max health, and potency until R2 is defeated. So they get all of those things from him, 10% of his max. So that's very, very good reciprocating benefits between himself and the other factions. So that's definitely going to be the one you want to hit up first. And then we'll go ahead and move on to the other one here, which is Combat Analysis. Combat Analysis, the full text on this reads, while R2D2 is active, all allies gain 10% critical chance and 10% accuracy, while R2D2 is active whenever a light side ally scores a critical hit, dispel all debuffs on them. So they're all getting extra critical chance and 10% accuracy so they can land those critical hits. And every time that they're getting a critical hit, they'll get to dispel all of the debuffs on them. So this is very, very good. Any of his light side buddies that he's got going on with him, if they have something bad that's going on, if they can get a critical hit in, they can rid themselves of whatever they may have, whether it's daze or buff immunity or whatever. It's a very, very good thing to have, because debuffs can kind of incapacitate whatever tune they happen to be on or whatever character they happen to be affecting. So that is going to be it for the Zetas. Definitely probably want to hit a Number Crunch as the first one if you are intending on investing in this character. Then you'll want to hit Combat Analysis second. All right. So the second thing we're going to hit in here is we'll go ahead and go over to the mods and hit gear last. So on the mods on here right now, I do have a primary focus on speed. That's mainly because I'm running it in Arena. Generally, with R2D2, I really like to run potency mods on R2D2. Potency is going to be a really, really crucial thing on potency. I believe sometimes even more than speed. The reason being on that one is the potency for him. You want to make sure that he's able to apply his burning on there constantly. His burning effect on improvise does really, really good damage there. And then his stun as well on his basic. He puts a stun out on his basic, so if the more potency you have, the higher percentage of a chance you have of him stunning the enemy on a potency or a counterattack, which is also great. Alright, but so let's go ahead and take a look at the mods in here. Right now I do have a speed set on him. He is up there, he's pretty high on the speed there, 279 speed. Health and protection are always great. But his potency, would like to have it a little bit higher in the arena. Sometimes speed is king, generally speaking, in most circumstances. So tenacity is always a great thing to have. You don't want him to be incapacitated. If he's stunned, he can't stun others. He can't put his burn out, and he can't put his smoke screen out. Sometimes being able to put the smoke screen out when you need it is the most crucial thing with R2D2. So crit chance is always great. That helps him dispel his debuffs. That's another thing that's always wonderful, but that's mainly just a side note there on the crit chance stuff. So you really want to look for, again, potency. Primary speed is going to be just a side kicker there if you can do speed, unless it's going to be really, really good like this, close to 300. Alright, so that's what you'll need for mods. Just focus on potency sets if you can. Speed's going to be a secondary thing to look out for. So, and then we'll want to go ahead and hit the gear for R2D2. I've pretty much almost got him 100% right now, but why don't we go ahead and pop on over to Swgoh. Let's take a minute and skip on over there real quick. Alright, so we're on swgoh.gg, and we are going to go ahead and take a look at the full gear list for R2D2 this time. And I didn't even look at this before I did the video, but we'll just go through here kind of together and look at some of the things that may be of interest as we're going through some of this gear here. Should already be on full gear list. Very good. So right off the bat, we are going to see quite a few Carbantes and quite a few stun guns. That makes sense. Again, these two are going to go together here. So, you know, 250 of these, 200 of them are going to go directly with these stun guns to actually craft your stun gun. So that's going to be crucial there. The MK6 med packs, not really a whole big deal there. No, MK4, MK3, MK4s, those are fine. MK10s can be kind of a pain. The MK7s, those are some of the gears that you're starting to get up into, you know, gear 10s, gear 11s, things like that. The thermal detonators. Anything that's gold gear, pretty much. Again, guys, you want to look for things that are high frequency. You want to look for things that are very difficult to farm. The gold gear have a high energy cost or a hard node to farm, or things that are not farmable, like raid gear and such. I'm not seeing some of this stuff. Maybe raid gear. I believe that one's a raid gear only, so you want to go ahead. The Nubian design tech there that you need 50 of, I believe that one is a raid gear only. Again, these golden eyeballs are always going to be a great thing to get. The MK8 biotech. Droid collars are a good one to look at as well. Droid collars are usually always hard to come by, the 5s and the 6s at least, so fusion furnaces can be a pain. I believe those are always raid gear as well, those MK6 fusion furnaces. So I think that's pretty much it. Most of the rest of this stuff is going to be basic gear, so a lot of Carbantes, a lot of stun guns. That's going to be the big thing I'm taking away from this. There's a few other random raid pieces that you'll need to save. Obviously, the gear 12, the gold gear, is going to be, you know, crucial to start saving up as soon as you can. But droid collars, mainly the stun guns and the Carbantes, you want to save up at least 4 of those full, or 200, just to get R2D2 going here. Alright, but that's gonna be it for our friend R2D2. If you guys like these videos about the gear and the basic information on Zetas and mods and stuff, let me know. Let me know what characters you'd like to see as well, and we'll go into some more depth on some of these in another section that I'm going to call the breakdown. Alright, but thanks again for watching, and keep living that droid life.